I'm in Nottingham today because there's a pub here that claims to have been serving beer since 1189. And that sounds ridiculous, right? Because that would make it about 600 years older than the United States of America. But before we get to the pub, have a look at this, Castle Rock. Castle Rock in front of you has stood here for a millennia. The rock has stood here for more than 400,000 years. It is made of a gritty pebble rock called Nottingham sandstone. Alright, so there's plenty of caves underneath the castle, been used for stables, tanneries and places to store beer. And even homes. Anyway, this pub, it's only a short bus ride from where I'm based at the moment, so I thought I'd have a little trip out and see what it's all about. So 1189, that takes us back to medieval England. You know, crusades, knights, that sort of thing. When you think about it, that's quite mad. Because, you know, you expect castles and abbeys and that sort of thing to still be standing. These great grand stone structures. But the humble public house, well, that's something quite else. So here we are, let's go and check it out inside. Can I have a pint of that? Yeah, please. Yes, please.
Thanks. Do you have apple juice? Like, compared to that, what's it like?
That's a large.
That's a large. Just go with regular then.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sweet. Thank you so much.
Well, it's very cramped inside, so let's go and sit outside. It's nice weather. So first impressions, it's not very big inside, is it? Well, I did manage to have a quick wander around inside. I think there's only 3 rooms in there. And the ceilings seem to be quite low. And parts of it really do feel like you're walking through a cave with a bar. Which I suppose makes sense, really, with half of the pub being carved out of the bedrock underneath Nottingham Castle. So the name, Ye Olde Trip to Jerusalem, clearly a reference there to the Crusades, so that checks out. Mind you, the word trip has changed slightly since medieval England. These days we talk about going on road trips. Well, trips back in medieval England literally meant stop. So the name, the stop on the way to Jerusalem in today's language. And I suppose that makes sense, because if you trip over a curb, then your journey naturally stops. So there you go, a little bit of useless information for you. And the one thing I didn't realise is that this pub's now owned by Green King, which is a huge chain of pubs in the United Kingdom. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but part of the magic of places like this, I kind of imagined that the pub is handed down from generation to generation, that sort of thing. And instead they're serving food that's replicated up and down the country across the whole chain. And reading on the internet, there's supposed to be some sort of cursed ship inside. I didn't see it, but apparently the staff don't clean it, because when people clean it they end up unalived. So probably a good idea to give that a miss. I suppose the strange thing is you have to remind yourself that this place is 800 years old. And I wonder if Robin Hood had a beer inside. Who knows? But clearly, serving pints for 800 years is good business. Anyway, that was Ye Olde Trip to Jerusalem. I think it's time to finish my pint And then, who knows, maybe one more for the road. I've got a bus to catch.